Today is Tuesday, the 20th of August 2019. This is one of a series of videos on the latest version of Health 1, that is Health 1 version 8.7. This video specifically deals with the illness certification, SocialWelfareCerts, and how we can manage this in the new version. To check which version of Health 1 you have, you click on Help and About, and you see your version of Health 1 here is 8.7.0, and this particular version is 2577. The version you get may be this or a higher number, but it will be 8.7. In this version you will have a new icon up here in the patient file, Inability to Work, so Shift Control W. If a patient needs a cert, you can click on this button. The first thing that Health 1 will offer you is to print the consent form, and the patient will sign it, and you'll have to scan it back in and save it in the patient file if you want to keep it. So I'll click on that in this instance, and we get a new the patient consent form with the patient details filled in, and the patient signs this, and you can scan it into the patient file afterwards manually. When you close that form, the date will be saved in it, and you will open up the certificate form. This form is a detailed form which is consistent with the new SocialWelfareCerts. So the date will be in it, the patient's PPS number will be in here if you have the PPS number. If you haven't, then you can manually put it in, and Health 1 will save it. You can put in any doctor yourself, or if a secretary fills this form, she can put in the doctor's name here. The panel holder, any panel holder with a social welfare number will be put in here. Once you put in the number, Health 1 will save that number for the next time. The occupation is taken from the administrative file, or if the patient has a different occupation, you can put that in here, and again it will be saved. Also, the physical effort required for this occupation will be ticked here. As regards the capacity, the incapacity, in other words the illness, Health 1 gives you the option of just typing some letters. For example, if the patient has back pain, you will get a list of all the back pains available in the ICD-10 codes and in the Health 1 dictionaries. And on top of the list will be in green those codes that are actually listed on the back of the social welfare form, to make it easy to select these in the first instance. In this case, low back pain is, I'm going to choose it, so I just click on it, and it will automatically put in the ICD-10 code M5454.5. The starting date and the ending date of the illness, or you can put in number of weeks. The date that Health 1 will put in here is the inclusive date, in other words the day before he goes back to work. If it's a final cert, you tick here, and if he's in hospital, you tick here. If you want to print a certificate, you tick here, or you needn't print it if you don't wish to. So I'm going to, in this case, print the certificate just to show you what it is. So the certificate that you will be displayed includes all the patient details, the patient's name and PPS number, today's date, and the patient will sign his form here. And you have again a unfit from work from and to, or the number of weeks, the work type that the patient is doing, and the doctor will sign it here. You also have the IMC number and the panel number taken from Health 1. On the second page you have the list of illnesses, and if you filled in the form you will see an X next to the correct illness. If the illness is not in this list but you pick a different ICD code, Health 1 will put it in here for you. It should be noted here that this form is not the barcode type form that we got laterally, but the original Certificate of Incapacity for Work form. In my case, I'll print that out and I'll exit the form, and you're left here with an item in Health 1 certificate from and to and the illness, and you can do searches on this. It should be noted that the plan is to be able to submit these certificates by the internet online without having to print them at all. But we have in Health 1 just done this as an interim help to people who are doing the certs. If you don't want to print the cert, you can simply use the button save the item here and fill out the manual form, knowing that you've saved the details here. That's the end of this recording. Thank you.